Ooh, she a messy bun today. Hey everyone, how you doing? If you are new here, I'm Nicol Concilio and welcome to the video, y'all. You guys, I'm finally feeling better, but my throat and like my hoarseness in my voice is still really bad, so I'm sorry for how raspy I sound. And also, like, today has been a hell of a day for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I said I wanted to be more open in 2020 with y'all. I had like 2 panic attacks today because of some stupid stuff that goes on that I wish I can tell y'all about sometimes, but I'm not that kind of person. I've never been the person that wants to like sit here and spill tea. That's never been me. I've just had a really crappy day. Everything that could have went wrong today went wrong. I probably cried about 4 or 5 times, so that's definitely not helping out my throat situation. If I seem a little bit more mellow in this video, it's just because like I'm seriously lacking energy right now. With that being said, a lot of you guys have shitty mental health days and you still gotta work, and I still gotta work. I gotta push myself. I gotta go to an event tonight. I really don't want to go, and I'm just being really raw and honest with you guys. The last thing I want to do right now is socialize. It's just been such a bad day for me. It's been a really bad day, but you know what? We're gonna try to turn that around and do some makeup. Since I have to go to an event, I figured let me film anyway. I wanted to do my go-to makeup tutorial for you guys since you guys love it. It's so friggin' easy too. It's like a bold wing and a brown lip, but y'all go nuts over it. So I'm gonna give y'all what you want, and this is kind of my, oh my god, I'm spitting everywhere. This is kind of my routine and my daily go-to look when I have an event to go to or when I just wanna feel like fabulous as So yeah, let's get right into it. I already did my brows. I have so many brow routine videos up on my channel, so if you guys are interested, definitely go check them out. Not much has changed in my brow routine. But yeah, I love you guys, and let's get into this video. Sorry for the kind of depressing entry to this video. I just want to be more real with you guys. I have really crappy days, and I gotta push through it just like a lot of you have to do as well. So let's get on to makeup. For eyes, honestly, y'all, like this is so easy. You're gonna be like, what? Listen, y'all go nuts over it, so I ain't complaining. Makes me feel good too, because it's kind of like, oh damn, I could wow them with a simple look. So for my eyes, I like to go in with the MMMMITCHELL and Louise collab. This is in the shade Blank Canvas, and it's an eye primer, and you only need a little bit of this. It goes such a long way, and it's extremely, extremely pigmented. And I also like to use it to cut the brow as well. Like if you feel like, oh, I need to clean up something or whatever, it's really good for that. Okay, so once your eyes are all on, what I also do, sometimes I forget to say this step when I'm doing an eyeshadow tutorial, but I'll take my beauty blender and I'll kind of just thin out the eyeshadow primer on my eyes and kind of just make it look a little bit more even and like, I don't know, makes it more blendable, more even, whatever. So the next part for my eyes is actually I use a blush, and this is the Bare Minerals Bounce. Oh my god, I always say that. Bounce and Blur Coral Cloud. And what I do is just basically take a super, super fluffy brush and just apply this hella softly all over the lid and up into the crease. Just one color, not anything too crazy, just to add a little bit of color to the eyes. And you guys know I love my pinks and my corals, my mauves, all that. I feel like this blush, it blends in nicely first of all, but it also kind of just complements my skin tone, my eyes, and everything. Like that is so simple, you can't even like see it on camera, but actually let me zoom you guys on in. So you can see it has like a little bit of color to it compared to the other eye. It's not meant to be a hella intense eyeshadow. It's just honestly putting a little something there to not make my eyes look like they're dead, like me. Sometimes I'll take like a bronzer or whatever I have on hand and I'll go in the crease with it. This is the Fenty bronzer in the shade Private Island, and I'm just gonna pop that in the crease, give it a little bit of dimension, not really anything crazy. Like this is meant to be super soft. Okay, so now that that's like that, let's actually use the Fenty Beauty Mascara. I've been dying to try it out and I just got it in the mail today. For eyeliner, okay, this is the saddest day of my life. I normally use the Haus Labs eyeliner. It's my favorite eyeliner of all time. I love it so much. but I have ran out of her. She's no longer with me anymore. So I must lay her to rest and use the runner-up. But I need to purchase another one. Seriously, you guys, if you need a new felt tip liner, so good. So I'm going to use the runner-up, which is my Tartist Pro. And basically the way I do my liner is like, as you get older, your eye shape changes. So like the way I used to do my eyeliner back when you guys were watching me when I was like 22, 23, I did it a lot more straight out. But I'm finding that if I angle it up a little bit more to like kind of meet at my brow, not exactly meet up there, but like heading in that direction, like the tail end, helps a lot and actually gives it a more like fierce, snatched cat eye look. So we're gonna be doing that today. And I like to draw the initial line. Also, this is so hard for me to do and like make sure I'm in focus. So I'm praying to the makeup gods that I'm in focus while I'm doing this. But I make my first initial line like so, and you guys can see it's like really edged upwards. That's what we're going for, so I'm glad. And then I kind of just drag her on in. Like so. I hope that that was in focus. And then just kind of finagle it and connect it, color it in. You can do it thick, you could do it thin. I normally like to do a thicker wing when I'm doing a more like basic eye and like a bold lip. So that's kind of like my tea with the whole situation. I also am like hella shaky today, so I'm kind of impressed that I even got this wing looking pretty good. All right, so we got our wingy dingies on, and I'm liking the way they look, even though this one is a little bit higher. It's all right, just pop on a lash, no one will notice. Seriously though, that's like my trick. If your winged liner is a little bit uneven or not really cooperating with you, pop on a lash, no one will know the difference. All right, so for mascara, even though you guys will probably not even be able to tell, I'm gonna use the new Fenty one. Why do I always do this, by the way? I'm like notorious for being like, ooh, I'm gonna check out a new mascara. Let's do the thickest liner we could ever do. It does feel super lightweight though, I'll tell you that much. Even though you guys literally can't see it above my wing. And my favorite lash that I've been wearing so much right now, and you guys are like asking me all the time, what is that lash? It's the Baby Doll from Baddie B Lashes, the synthetics. Another chef kiss. So good. Jenny, she kills this line. And then I usually trim from the edge, like the corners, just a little bit, not anything too crazy. From the outer corner is where I trim, because I feel like the inner corner, and this is just personal preference, I know a lot of people who trim from the inner corner and it works good for them. But for me, since this part of my eye here is so close to my brow, I always kind of like to have it a little bit shorter and then gradually get bigger. So I never really mess around with the front of a lash. But again, there's no rules in makeup. You could do whatever you want. Let this puppy simmer for a minute. And then now I will just pop the lash on. I always kind of pop it on from the center first. I need this. And firmly press in the center, and then secure the outer corner, and then lastly the inner corner. And then I'll also kind of pinch the lash with my normal lash together, so that way she's really stuck on there, you know? And then a little trick that I like to do once the lashes are on is I'll actually, and this kind of makes me gag a little bit because I hate eyes so much, but ew. I'll go under and line with like a pencil, and that's what gives it an even darker look. Like, because if you look over here, if I look up, you can kind of see there's like the whiteness underneath there. And I'll just, it makes me want to gag, but I do it. Moving on to foundation. Now, that was like the hardest part of the whole thing. My favorite foundation currently is the Dior Forever Skin Glow. I'm shade 2.5. Gonna push that bang back there. And then I have been loving the Milk Makeup Foundation Brush. I'm normally not a foundation brush type of gal, but I've really been liking this. And I feel like using a foundation brush, it gives you a bit more coverage, because a beauty blender can like suck up your foundation sometimes. So I do feel like this gives me some nice coverage, and I don't have to do like a ton of coats of foundation to make it full coverage, you know? Don't forget your neck. It's 2020. Don't forget your neck, okay? Or your ears for that matter. This foundation is everything. It's gorgeous. If you're looking for a new foundation, highly recommend check out either NARS or Dior. They're honestly some of my favorite foundations out there. Even Fenty has some great ones too. And then once we kind of got that down, I wet my beauty blender with the Fresh Vitamin Nectar Antioxidant Glow Water. This is a little bit bougie of me. Like, honestly, I could just go wet it in water, but I really love this product. I feel like it makes my skin look so dewy and refreshed and just so nice. that I've actually started using it on my beauty blender now and kind of dousing it on my beauty blender. And I just really like the way it looks. So for concealer, so we're going to be going in with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Acid Cream. And I kind of haven't been applying as much concealer as I normally do. Like I used to like drag it out to my forehead. I haven't been doing that just because I find like I don't really need it, you know? Just kind of putting it in the areas where it makes the most sense for me. And this concealer is really good for people who suffer from like dry under eyes like myself. A lot of my problem areas are actually where I put my concealer. So I like to use a more creamy, radiant looking concealer. So that's why I've been digging this guy so much. And then I go in with a little bit of nose contour, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We start the blending process. All right, so let's kick it up in a high gear, y'all. Y'all have seen me blend on my channel before, so nothing new here. It feels really nice under the eyes as well. Like it feels like I'm putting cream on. It doesn't feel like it's like a drying out concealer or whatever. And then when I blend out my nose, I kind of just tap up and down, because I don't want to get rid of the lines too much. Because if I don't have these nose contour lines, I feel like my nose contour game gets super weak. Like it's embarrassing. They're very faintly there right now. And then just blend in our little cheeky weeks. Riley and I have been playing, I don't know why cheeky weeks reminded me of this, but Riley and I have been playing Nintendo Switch and we've been playing Pokemon. Now, I'm not sure if any of you guys really give a shit about video games. If you give about Pokemon. I've been loving it. It's been like really fun. Riley and I have been doing it together and like we've been like battling each other and I really like it and I'm totally geeking out about video games. I used to love video games back in the day. Like I was a champ at Call of Duty. I was a champ at League of Legends. Like I loved video games back in the day, but I just kind of like, I guess, stopped playing. There wasn't really any particular reason why, but I just kind of stopped playing and I've been getting back into it a little bit and I really am having fun. So who would have thought? For setting, I'm gonna go in with Cover FX. This is their Perfecting setting powder in the shade Translucent. One of my favorite setting powders out there. Doesn't have talc. I really just like Cover FX as a brand as well. I think they do a lot of great stuff, a lot of great products. I'm just gonna blend any product that may have like crease under my eye and go right in and set. Also get the side of my nose, especially right here because I'm hella red. So I wanna make sure my foundation like gets maximum coverage there, doesn't move around or whatever. So I kind of just set the entire face and I tap it into the skin more or less. I used to bake a lot on my face, but I don't do that anymore because I realized I have dry skin and oh hey, baking doesn't work with dry skin. So, you know, it's kind of funny. Like you guys have been with me for so long on this makeup journey of mine that like, you know, shit I used to do that wasn't good for my skin, like now I'm realizing like, oh hey, you have dry skin, probably shouldn't bake anymore, you know? Granted, I haven't baked in a really long time, only sometimes, like if I need my makeup to last all day. Also, don't forget to set your ears because that will come off on your hair, on your hands. You set your neck as well, like set everything. And then once it's kind of like tapped into the skin all the way, I'll take a big fluffy brush and just dust away any of that excess powder we got going on. Everything I'm doing is with an extremely light hand. Like think of it as like you're painting your face or you're painting a canvas. Like you want to always do things with a super light hand. Okay, this looks cute, cute, cute. So I've been bronzing up with the Fenty Beauty Private Island. This is more my like wintry shade. I was using Island Ting a lot and it just was a little bit too orange for me right now because I am whiter than a ghost. Compared to like how tan I get in the summer, I am really white right now. Like none of my foundations match me. The only one that matches me is this one, the Dior, thank God, because it's my favorite right now. Also, I have been going ham on the bronzing underneath my chin because I do feel like I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know if it's stress. I don't know if it's thyroid issues. I'm gonna go to a doctor soon. I know a lot of you guys always are like, please go get your thyroid checked. I will. Don't worry. I'm okay. But I do kind of feel like I'm getting like a little bit of a double chin and I don't know why. I also might just be in my head and being my own biggest critic and like worst critic. I have a feeling it's because my body is just like, it bloats so bad. And whenever I do gua sha and like kind of like do like lymphatic drainage on my face, it goes away. So I don't know if it's just like fluid buildup. I don't know. I'm not saying this either to make any of you guys like nervous. Also, please don't make me nervous and tell me what you think it is. Like, I'll go to a doctor for that. Thank you so much, because I don't want to be nervous either. Y'all know I have anxiety. Don't F me up, please. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Just making an observation and talking to y'all. Like, y'all are my friends, you know? Also, I bronzed way too much on this cheek. Ew. Gotta fix that. Oof. That looks bad. We'll just beauty blender her right in. That'll fix her. There she is. Hey, how you doing, beauty blender? Next, we'll move on to highlight. And I have just been loving this Milk Makeup Flex highlighter. I talk so much about it, you guys. It's like my favorite highlighter at the moment. It's really pretty. It complements my skin tone a lot as well. I use the shade Iced. And I also get above my Cupid's bow, on my chin, a little bit above the brows. I just kind of use whatever residuals left on the brush over here as well. And now for blush, I've been using a cream blush. This is in the shade Pretty. Actually, I'm gonna use this other one. I love this one, Wallaby from Colourpop. It has kind of like a little purple hint to it. Ew, what is in this? Hang on, gotta clean something out. You never wanna like hear, ew, what is in this if a makeup artist ever does your makeup. Okay, that's way better. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit onto the brush and tap it into my cheekbones. You guys can see it kind of gives like a little purpley iridescent shine. I like that. I normally am not a fan of that stuff, but I've been liking it on here because I feel like it just, again, complements my skin tone. It complements this look and it makes it even shinier. So I like shiny. Also adding a little bit of blush to the center of my nose because why not? And then for the lower lash, literally like all I did was just like smoke it out, like continue that black. I'm gonna go ahead and use that same blush we initially used and just kind of smoke out the lower lash a little bit with it. That way we kind of have some structure going on here. Kind of lightly putting it there. Not anything crazy. You guys can't even probably see it on camera. I feel like my cheeks look crazy, but I promise when I zoom out, they're not gonna look this crazy. They look lunatic right now. So then I use the other side of the Tartist and I use this like little gel side, the gel liner side. And I just kind of lightly go in the waterline and on the lower lash, like just like graze the lashes and I'll blend it out. It's like super easy to do, just like so. And you can take a brush and just blend it out. And there you have a little smoky moment. And you can connect it to your wing. And yeah. It's like the easiest under eye smoke you'll ever do. And then the last step in this little routine here is the lips. And you guys go nuts whenever I use a brown lip. And it makes me happy because I really like brown lips too. The key to a brown lip is the Shayla X Colourpop Lippy Collab. This is BFF number 4. I actually need to go sharpen it really quick. And I actually fill in my entire lip with this lip pencil. And I just fill it in. And then I top this puppy off with the Clinique lipstick. And this is in shade 28 Mink. And that's my signature brown lippy, okay? See, I told you my cheeks don't look that crazy zoomed out, okay? And I'm gonna finish this off with the Fresh Vitamin Nectar spray. And you can actually spray this like pretty close to your face. That's what I do. It's like different than other setting sprays. One of these days I'll get it. God, I love this. I could literally use this all day. And this right here is the finished look, you guys. This has been my go-to signature look that I love to do. You guys see me do this on the reg on Instagram. It's one of my favorites. Even though it's simple, I feel like everybody should have their own like kind of staple look. So I'm curious, what is your guys' staple look? Do you like to use a bright lip? Are you a nude lip? Are you a deeper lip? What's your tea? Are you a lash? Are you no lash? Are you big wing? Are you tiny wing? What is your tea? But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all are the best. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing. I love y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.